United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everyone. Okay, could we have a roll call of the board?
Randy Gray.
Here.
Gracie Andrews.
Here.
Dan Rego.
Here.
James Tuttle.
Here.
Michael Bublak.
Here.
Tricia Littlebassey.
Here.
Mark St. Charles.
Here, we do have a quorum tonight. We can conduct business. The next item is the approval of the agenda. Are there any additions or deletions to the agenda tonight? Hearing none, is there a motion from the board?
I make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion, we have support, discussion on the motion. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Okay, next item is the first call to the public for any agenda-related items. Anyone wishing to address the Township Board at the first call to the public? Now is the time to do so. Seeing no response, we will close the first public comment period. We'll move on to the consent agenda. We have the approval of the December 17th, 2025 regular board meeting minutes and the approval of the submitted bills list in the amount of $278,038. Any questions, clarifications?
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion and support, discussion. Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Okay, going on to department head reports. Chiefs, do you have anything tonight?
We are having a promotional process for the open career sergeant position this week. We have one internal candidate. If they succeed, then that will be a good thing. If they don't succeed, then by union contract, we'll be going outside and putting out an advertisement, so we'll see what happens.
Thank you.
Nothing tonight from PD. Okay.
I can make some stuff up.
No, that's fine. Trish, do you have anything from Treasurer's report?
Just that we have had a really busy couple weeks leading up to the year end for taxes that people like to pay by December 31st. Right now we're on full tilt. We have taxes are going to be due next month, and then 2 utility bills all within 2 days of each other. So if you want to come see me after like 5:15 because it'll be crazy. But other than that, staff's doing great, and we're just moving right along. So I have nothing else to add.
Okay. Michael, anything from clerk's department?
Yes, we were selected for a audit, not only by the county, but by the state. County for one of our precincts, and then the state for our early voting. And that happened, the state happened on the 29th. We had 3 state inspectors come down and go through everything about as carefully as you possibly could. And we passed with flying colors. They were very happy with our safety and security issues that we do as far as protection of ballots and how we do each day's early voting in their own separate bag and how we secure those and everything, and our cage inside and how we secure that. They could not have been more complimentary. So
Good.
kudos really go to staff on that. I mean, how prepared we were, and I think that's where the credit really belongs. Wendy does just a phenomenal job. So, and that's it for the clerk.
Okay.
And we passed the county with flying colors as well.
Okay. Next item is the supervisor's report, which I really should title that the day of a supervisor. It's been interesting lately. But just briefly, we have an issue that came to my attention yesterday, and the property owner just north of Coleman Park when he bought it that property in 21 from the Di Maria company, he had a survey done, and he just recently had the property resurveyed to put a fence around the property. It's a pretty good sized parcel, and he called me up and he says, your trails on Coleman Park are encroaching on my property, which was interesting. doing a lot of digging between the assessing department, Debbie in planning, and me, and all the old files, and I was actually downstairs today. We pulled up the warranty deed, quitclaim deed, all of the items that we had from Coleman Park. I did correspond back with the individual that thanked him for providing me a copy of his survey, but informed him that our documentation differs from what he has. And that I will be meeting with the engineer on Monday. She has some pretty good staff there that will be able to take the warranty deeds and backtrack this thing. I suspect, what's interesting, if you look on Livingston County GIS, it shows the property configured exactly as we have it in our files, all the way up into 2021, and then in 2021, it shows that line going across the northern end of our property. So what I suspect is that a deed was filed with the county, GIS redrew the lines, and that we now have what's called a surveyor's error. And so, just to let the board know, I'm gonna get Leslie and her staff involved to clean this up. And if we have to come out and do an actual boundary survey, we'll do a boundary survey and get it done. So, there's that. The other one I had today was an interesting one. A lady called me up in Brighton Township, but it's in the Country Club Annex subdivision on the Livingston Community Water Authority, and says, my building C has no water in the bathroom. That's okay. She says, we haven't had water in the bathroom since you guys put the water mains in. I said, that was 2 years ago. She said, well, my tenant just told me about it. I said, okay, this is an interesting call. And so getting more involved in that, having to send somebody out there, because we were also looking for the water meter for that building because it's scheduled to be changed. It was interesting because at the end of the day, whoever did any plumbing in that building had capped off the bathroom. Which, but it's a lot of wheels turning today, so. Yeah, but that's the typical phone calls we get in the course of the day. Coming up, some items I want to bring attention to the board. Based on our single audit of the federal grants that we completed here recently, we are required as a result of that to develop a federal grant compliance manual. I have developed that, both chiefs have looked at that, and Mr. Tucker, Bill Tucker from Manor Cosarian has reviewed it. He's blessed it in one little change. So I will be bringing that to the board at the next meeting for our approval. And also in 2025, if the board will remember, right on the heels of the failed Mirror Lake Special Assessment District, I had discussed that I indicated that we needed a formal SAD or a SAD policy and procedures manual. That has been developed, and I plan to have that at the next board meeting also. So we'll have a blueprint of how these are done. Although as I was putting this together tonight, I got thinking this manual really lays out the framework for starting a special assessment district. In this manual, what I didn't include, now I have to go back and redraft it, is what we're doing tonight is a renewal of an SAD. So I think I need to address that in that manual too, on renewals of SADs. So I'll be working on that, but that will be coming to the next board meeting. Other than that, that's all I have for supervisor's report tonight. Any questions? Okay, with that, moving on, correspondence. None needed tonight?
None needed tonight.
Okay, next item, we'll go into business items. Resolution 01-2026. This is the first resolution regarding certain proposed weed control improvements for Briggs Lake Weed Control Special Assessment District 2026. And as I had just mentioned, this is a renewal of the weed control SAD. I think this is renewal, this is the first SAD, then we renewed it once, and this is the second renewal. And this is versus having the residents go back out and re-petition. This is a board-initiated petition, which we did the last time. And this would just set up the public hearing, I believe, for the meeting on the 21st of January. Within the resolution, you have the description of the Briggs Lake, Exhibit A, and Exhibit B is all of the parcels that are within the district. Any questions, comments?
You need a motion on this one?
Yep, I need a motion to approve the resolution.
Make a motion to approve resolution number 01-2026, first resolution regarding certain proposed weed control improvements for Briggs Lake Weed Control Improvement Special Assessment District 2026.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion, we have support, discussion on the motion. Hearing none, roll call, please.
Dan Ringo,
Yes.
Randy Briggs,
Yes.
Tricia Whittle-Batty,
Yes.
Jamie Sundell,
Yes.
Tracy Edry,
Yes.
Michael Bublé,
Yes.
Arlene Carlson.
Yes, motion, or resolution is adopted. Okay, the next item is closed special assessment district SADS, excess funds. Now, based on my agenda item sheet, there are 3 funds that have been closed where there are excess funds needed to be refunded to the residents. Fund 424, Silver Pines Paving, SAD. There's a balance of approximately $7,500 to be refunded. And why these say approximately, because at the time that we put these together, there's still interest that comes in on these accounts, so I can't give an exact number. So the exact number will be done at the time that Trish can do the disbursements. Fund 817, which is Nishua Ridge Road, SAD. There's a balance approximately $14,400 to be refunded. And Fund 818, which is Richards Briggs Road, SAD, balance of approximately $29,500 to be refunded. I have a suggested motion there to direct the unused proceeds of funds 424, 817, and 818 to be refunded to the owners of record of those 3 funds since the funds are closed.
Question about
Yep.
that. Now, does that refund go to the property? Is it associated with the property? Let's say someone paid it up in advance and then moved.
It goes to the property.
That's what I thought. It goes
It's
back to the
it's
property.
It's owners of record at the time
Correct.
of the disbursement. So right now, whoever's the owner of the land, they get a check.
Nice.
It could be a nice
it was
Christmas
just-
gift, I guess.
It was
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
a curiosity thing. 'Cause-
Yeah, that question comes up a lot when we have our informal meetings.
Yeah, and someone
They'll
asked
ask, and
me,
I
so.
give them the bad news, you need to live there long enough for the assessment.
That's right.
Or if you sell, well, the new owner's gonna get,
Okay.
a windfall,
I
I
don't
guess.
think you're talking about a substantial amount of money.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Once I divide it between all the different parcels.
That's right.
depending If it's a big district or not, it could be a really small check.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Yeah.
those lawsuit settlements where you get 29 cents after
Yeah.
lawyer fees.
I will not be cutting a check for
After you filled out 20 forms.
I don't want that one for my mom.
Yeah, I think Silver Pines is probably going to get the smallest of all the checks. It's a fairly small one. Nishua Ridge, there's a fair amount of houses there, and Briggs Lake Road, the same, so.
Yeah, because Briggs Lakes will take in the apartments and everything else that are up there, correct?
Yep.
Because those are all Briggs Lake Road
Yep.
addresses.
Yep, taking McIntosh, Briggs Lake Drive, there's another road back in there too, so,
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember that's where we found the Horsosaurus when we were.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about that. Yeah. That's a subject for another day. So, any more questions or comments from board members?
I'll make a motion to direct the unused proceeds of funds 424, 817, and 818 to be refunded to the owners of record for those 3 funds since the funds are closed.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion support. Because of the Dollar values, could we have a roll call, please? I did put voice vote, but that's a roll call.
James Putnam,
Yes.
Dan Ringo,
Yes.
Randy Brady,
Yes.
Tracy Andrews,
Yes.
Tricia Weatherbee,
Yes.
Michael Bennett,
Yes.
Arlene Carl.
Yes, motion passes. Okay, next item is Resolution 02-2026, resolution to close the Budget Stabilization Fund 102 and transfer remaining balance to General Fund 101. This is one suggestion that came to us from the Woodhill Group, working with Ryan on it, and talking with John Pfeffer. Budget Stabilization Fund was a fund that was required many, many, many years ago, way before all of our times, through the state of Michigan. State of Michigan no longer requires this fund to be maintained by townships. Cities and villages a little bit different, but townships not. And this is where money was squirreled away as kind of like your, was called a rainy day, to, stabilize budgets. And they have been doing this with other municipalities that they work with, is closing these funds out. So no need to have another fund out there that we're all having to keep track of. So they put this resolution together and we brought it to the board. And I know because they didn't want to put the dollar figure in there because it's always floating with a little bit of interest, but I will tell you that as of 12/31/2025, we have a balance in that fund of $359,950.64. So that will go into the general fund.
And the other thing that I think it does is that it appears more transparent. Somebody sees budget stabilization and it's like, is that a slush fund?
Right.
I mean,
I agree with you.
Yeah.
and I think that this is more transparent. It'll show up better into our fund balance, and it's just better overall.
Yep. It makes sense, and plus that closing, we've had, I can't remember the exact numbers, but we had an unbelievable amount of funds. And with the closing of all these funds, it's certainly cleaned up a lot of stuff for us.
In motion?
Yep.
Proposed motion for Resolution 02-2026, a resolution to close Budget Stabilization Fund 102 and transfer remaining balance to General Fund 101.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and support. Any discussions on the motion? Roll call, please.
Dan Ringo,
Yes.
Randy Brady,
Yes.
Tracy Andrews,
Yes?
James Putnam,
Yes.
Tricia Weatherbee,
Yes.
Michael Bennett,
Yes.
Arlene Carl.
Yes, resolution is adopted. Thank you. Okay, moving on to the last item is the appointment to fill the second alternate on the Zoning Board of Appeals. And before I get started, Peter is here with us tonight. So anybody wants to meet Peter, he is here.
I just came to address any questions the board may have.
Okay, well, I'll read through this real fast. I am recommending the appointment of Peter Lyon as the second alternate to the Zoning Board of Appeals. This is a 3-year appointment expiring 12/31/2028. Peter's experience, he served on the City of Birmingham Board of Zoning Appeals, initially as an alternate and then a full board member from 2002 to 2017. When he moved to Brighton Township, he served on the Brighton Township ZBA as an alternate and the Utilities Commission from 2020 to 2024. Peter has a master's in business administration and a Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering from the University of Michigan. That I won't hold against you. And has 40 years of automotive experience in product development and regulatory affairs. Peter was a licensed residential builder renovating homes back in the 1990s, which in my opinion will assist the ZBA, and is a new resident to Green Oak Township, which I'll welcome you here. Also, I will add, it's not on my cheat sheet here, in my research, I did talk to Kelly Matthews up at Brighton Township, and she's very complimentary of Peter when he served on the ZBA, so. That's my recommendation. Anybody have any questions for Peter?
Just after tonight, if you can drop by the township office at some point in time, I'll swear you in
Perfect.
so that you can attend the next meeting.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
And thank you for willing to serve and your experience. And
Thank you.
welcome
That's,
as a resident.
Thank you for welcoming me to the community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, with that, is there somebody wishing to approve that motion?
I'd make a motion to appoint the appointment of Peter Lyon, the second alternate ZBA, 3-year appointment expiring 12/31/2028.
Support.
Okay, we have motion, support, discussion. Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Very good. Okay, discussion items. Do we have any discussion items needed tonight?
I would just like to say something. You guys know what I've probably been through in the last couple of weeks. The fire department was unbelievable. I'm really proud of them. I hope I don't have to be proud of the police department.
But we are.
We are.
We are, you know that. And I realized, being laid up like that for a while, how important this place is to me and you people are. And I enjoy every one of you, and I'm glad I'm here.
We're
Thank
so
you very
glad
much.
you're here.
You know, along with that, Dan, I've said this numerous times. I've had the opportunity, unfortunate opportunity, once to have to call 911, and many, many years ago, and I will say that the professionalism and was just unbelievable by both the police and fire when they arrived at my house. But I think most everybody know here the day before Christmas, my brother passed away. And I do know that the police and fire have been at my brother's house numerous times over the last few years. His health was not good. But what I've seen is something that I think Dan got to see. I've seen it before, but a lot of residents don't see. But the level of professionalism from our firefighters and our police officers, and the amount of compassion in a situation like that is above and beyond. And it is something that I just want to take a moment to say thank you very much. You don't know how much it is appreciated. So thank you. With that, any other discussion? Committee reports?
Nope.
Executive session, none is needed at this time. We'll move to the last call of the public. Anyone wishing to address support at the last call of the public? Seeing no response, we will close the last call of the public, and at this time we stand adjourned.